guys, so right now I don't have any power going to the motherboard. I'm not even getting it in. I'm missing the back plate for this motherboard. Hello, and welcome back to another riveting episode of Servers with Steve. This is going to be part 2 of my current series, which is building my own corp server. Part 2 of today's video is going to be building the computer and loading up Windows 11 software.
What did he say?
And yeah, that's what we're going to do. If you didn't see part 1 of this video, make sure you go ahead and watch that first. That was just an overview of all the parts that I'm going to be using. So this is, like I said, part 2 where we're going to be building the server. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. After much fighting, I was able to get the cables connected and got them routed. This is by far not my best cable management job, but one, you can always clean up cable management later, and two, Yes, you can always clean up cable management later. And for 2, this is literally going to be a home server or a corp server. So I'm not too concerned about cable management because it's literally just going to live in one location. So, that being said, not that worried about it. I do have an extra fan I'll be installing. I think this is an LED fan actually, funny enough. So, if you look, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. There is the rotation right here and the airflow. So all fans should have this on here. I say should. And you want to have the airflow blowing a certain way. This, I believe, is probably going to blow out. I will probably have this one blow in. I was looking for an airflow direction on here and I didn't see one. So they are Cooler Master stock fans though. So I can always hook this up too, just to see, but I'm fairly certain that they're gonna blow out. So what I'll do is I will install the fan blowing this way. I will be using the third case, the third fan, or the third screws right here. Those are the fans for, or those are the screws for the fans. Pretty simple to install these. They just screw in from the backside, and we'll be good to go. Alright guys, so I did some searching around and I'm missing the back plate for this motherboard. It either should have come with the CPU or the motherboard, one or the other. I believe it comes with the motherboard, and I don't have that. So I went ahead and just ordered one on Amazon, so that's not supposed to get here till tomorrow, which is going to take me some time, but you'll see that right about now. Alright guys, so what has been a few days for me has not been that long for you. So, in my last take of this video, I realized that the back plate for this motherboard was missing. So I had to order a new one online because I bought the motherboard used as well as the case and the graphics card. So that is now here, or it's been here for a couple days. So, but at least we can get this set up, which is good. So, continuing on with this, I'm gonna see if I can just slide my hand in here and not have to take this whole thing out, which would be very, very ideal. got the fan clips on. So they mount on the back side of the holes. If you come across these metal fan clips, they mount on the back side of the fans, and then they go ahead and they just pull with this metal tab on the outside, and they just pull and they just lock in. There's a little groove right here, and they just lock in between the spaces. So there's 2 for each side, and then they just go ahead and they just mount to the front of the or wherever your fan connections are, essentially. So I do have a graphics card for this. I forgot to include this in the parts review, but it's all it is an Nvidia is it an A1000? T1000. It's Nvidia T1000 graphics card. So again, also picked that up used. So we'll flip this around. It's not the most powerful graphics card in the world, but at least it's something. So I've got a few different options for PCIe slots, but what I think I'm going to do is I'll mount it up over here, just because it's not going to take up that much space. So seeing where this mounts, all I need to do is just remove this mount right here. Alright guys, so we've got my flash drive here that has my ISO for Windows Server 2019. I have the computer set up over here. I'm just going to put it on the back of the computer. So we'll go ahead and get this going. So put this into power. And see if she boots. Alright guys, moment of truth. Does it boot? Nope. Try again. Nothing. That's not a good sign. Alright. Well, let's pop the top case off and see if we have anything over here. No activity on this board. Alright guys, so it's story time. So I just want to preference this before we get into finishing the rest of this video. In the last part, you saw me getting very frustrated as to why this computer isn't power gone. So a couple things I should note is I bought a lot of these parts used. So they didn't come out of the box new, and that was something that I was aware of, was some of this stuff might not work. So after getting everything built, I'm fairly convinced at this point that the power supply is the main issue. I'm not getting any life out of it. It doesn't seem to be responsive in any way, shape, or form. So what I did is I picked up a new power supply from Micro Center in San Jose yesterday. So that's what we're going to be installing right now. But just wanted to preference that a lot of these parts are used, which is, I think, a big contributing factor to what we're experiencing right now, which is no responsiveness to the computer at all. So let me go ahead and swap out the power supply, and we'll get rolling with the rest of the video. All right, guys, so we almost have the new power supply hooked up. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to just hook it up before I start running all the cables, just to confirm that the power supply itself is good. Make sure we don't have any problems outside of that, because at this point it's most likely, if this doesn't work, it's probably going to be the motherboard, as that is also used as well. So I just want to be safe. I don't want to spend too much time, you know, running a bunch of cables if I don't need to. So the nice thing is these cables are already hooked up. It's a little bit of a, it's not the most expensive power board, or power supply, I should say. So yeah, that comes with its pros, that comes with its cons, but for this sake, again, I wasn't trying to spend a bunch of money on a new power supply. So I got what was best within my means, and I think this should just work just fine. So let's get that connected. Make sure that clips in. That looks good. And then let's find PCIe. That's SATA. This should be CPU. So we'll get that connected as well. There we go. Let's get this connected up really quick. So it's HDD. I want power LED. Power LED plus minus. Sit right there. Looks good. We'll do power switch right there. Looks good. HDD LED plus minus. Just right there. Right there on the end. And then we'll do reset switch as well. There you go. Cool. That should be good. So it only has 2 connections on it, so there's not a whole lot to it. But we will confirm that this does boot here right now. Add the power. We know that this power outlet here is good. And there we go. Oh. And there we go. We see activity. Yep. Cool. It works. So let's go and shut this down. Alright guys, so I just finished extracting this file, which is the Intel Ethernet adapter complete driver pack. That should be, yeah, that should have everything that I need. So, we'll name this Intel driver. And what I'm supposed to do is go to Device Manager, and then we click on other devices because it's all showing up right there. We do update driver, browse my computer. Let me pick from list available drivers on my computer. And then press next, have disk. And then we'll hit browse, and we're gonna look for desktop, Intel driver open. We're looking for Windows Server 2019.
A few moments later.
There we go. Let's go ahead and update the server 2019. This is perfect. Alright guys, that's going to wrap this one up for now. I say we're pretty much good to go. I'm going to go ahead and update all the drivers. And I'll check back with you for part 3, which is going to be, finishing setting up the server and my final overview as far as everything I have goes. I'm going to go ahead and I'll explain this a little bit more too in part 3 as far as kind of how we got to this point. In other words, this one's going to be kind of a lengthy video, I feel like. So trying to explain it all, right now is going to be a bit difficult, but I'll do a little bit more of a refined version. And I'll probably even include some type of setup document, so there's something there for anybody who decides to pursue this on their own. It's definitely possible. It's not that difficult, but something that you guys have hopefully will definitely help out for sure. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out part 1 if you haven't, and part 3 will be out soon. Thank you guys again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave any comments if you have any, or leave any questions in the comments if you have anything. Until then, catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.